Hello, hi, and welcome all. So I'm Pushkar Shasvi from Grow Junction and welcome you all with a new podcast session. And today we have with us Mihir Kumar, who is currently working as a marketing manager at Airtel and has also worked with Bajaj Auto and many other companies like Colgate also. And he's also an alumni of IIFT, one of the best MBA institutes in the India. So hi Mihir, how are you?
Hi Pushkar, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also great. Anything I missed in your introduction or anything you want to add from your side?
No, definitely. I mean, we'll talk about it through this discussion.
Sure. So, as I know a lot about and I have told a lot about you, have worked with many companies also. So, can you give introduction of yourself to our audience and viewers?
Yeah. So, hi guys. My name is Mihir. I'm currently working in Airtel as a marketing manager for the broadband business. So, I take care of broadband for entire AP in Telangana, the two states. And I'm responsible for driving customer acquisition for broadband, ensuring base growth and net adds. I'm also responsible for designing and executing go-to-market strategies for different markets in order to increase the utilization of our assets, planning new town launches, new market launches, and designing marketing schemes in order to increase the efficiency of our sales force. So that's typically what I do in brief. But this is not how I started. I did not land up in marketing. I have always been on the move, if I have to put it in the right way. So I did my schooling from three different states. My father was in ONGC and we kept getting transferred. I did my undergraduation from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University. From there, I joined a company called C1 India Private Limited, which is into e-procurement. So I worked there as a marketing trainee. That was my first foray into the corporate world. I worked there for 5 months, post which I joined Airports Authority of India as an air traffic control officer. So as an ATC, I was working with Airports Authority of India in Mumbai Airport. So I worked there for 7 months. This was my exposure before I decided to do my MBA. So I did my MBA, like you mentioned, from IIFT Delhi with majors in strategy and marketing. I did my summer internship in Colgate Palmolive. After IIFT, I got recruited into Bajaj Auto as a management trainee. So for almost about 3 years, I was with Bajaj. I was working firstly as a management trainee for 6 months and then as an area sales manager in UP. So I was handling 5 districts of UP Central. And I'm sure you would not have heard the names of those districts. But after that, I moved to HO in Bajaj in sales development. And from there, I moved to telecom a year back. So I've been with Airtel for the last 1 year. So that's about me.
Wow, that was a great introduction. Like you told everything from your childhood till now, what you have done and what studies you have done. That was really great. And any missions or vision you have in your life?
So, I mean, so I don't believe in short-term goals. Yes, in the long run, my vision is that I want to make a difference through my work. I want to have a good career, but the definition of a good career is different to different people. I think what defines a good career, the foundation of any good career, is how well you work with people. So as a vision, I want to ensure that when I am in a senior leadership position, I want to work well with people and I want to come across as a good people leader, right? So that is what my aspiration is. And I have worked with so many line managers, and I think the best ones are those who excel in people management, who build relationships with people in the right.
Okay. That was nice. That was really nice. You don't believe in short term. You believe you have a long term vision. That's really nice. And as you also know that there are many MBA aspirants watching this session. Okay, so what would you like to tell to them? How would they prepare for your CAT? And you can also share your experience. How did you prepare for your CAT exams and how you got selected?
If I have to give an advice to all the MBA aspirants and even people who are looking to step into the corporate world, I think the first advice is that you should not be bogged down by the burden of expectations. And that is a big burden, especially if you are successful, if you are good in studies, the expectations continue to pile up. See, I'll just give you an example. Like when we were in class 10th, look back at that time, our parents used to say that do well in boards and then your life is going to be set. Was that the case? No, it was not. Again, we sat for class 12 board exams. Again, the same thoughts used to come from everyone that if you do well, then you will get into a good college and eventually everything would be set. But the struggle keeps on going, right? The expectations keep on building. You have to give your college entrance exams, you have to give your graduation exams, you have to sit for job interviews, you have to crack a good job. And even after you have landed up with a good job, it's not that the expectations will end. You People expect you to be promoted, to move up the ladder, to get into a good company, to earn a high salary. So always the expectations will keep building up. Just to give you an example, let's talk about Virat Kohli. We all know that the entire nation has actually been waiting for his 71st century, and I think the last century came about 2.5 years back. I think in November 2019, and every time he steps into the field to play, people expect that now the 71st century will come. It's not that he's not been performing. See, I mean, I was reading the numbers somewhere that his average has been close to 40 plus in all these months post his last century. And he has had some 20 plus, 20, 50 plus scores. That means he's actually in the right zone. He's batting well. And he himself is saying that he's not bothered about the outside talk. As long as he's batting well, as long as he's having the confidence that he's putting in his 100%, he doesn't bother about what people outside expect. And that is because those are the standards that people have set for him, that they expect that he scores a century every time he goes on to bat. So it's not like that. You prepare for cat, but don't be bothered by the outside talk. Just focus on your efforts. If you are not succeeding, put in more effort. Keep trying. Don't get bogged down by the burden of expectations. That is my point of advice.
That's really nice. Like the example you gave of Virat Kohli was a really inspiring example. But actually, to be honest, I have no interest in cricket. But the people, those who have interest in cricket, they might be relating with that example that yes, we should not go through others' expectation. We should create our own. Like, where are we now? And you should introspect of yourself that what you have done and what you
Right.
have done.
Yes.
That's really true. So I would also like to know that as you have done your MBA from IIFT, okay. So were there any confusions while choosing your domain for marketing or anything? You had any confusion?
So no, it was not like that because I had that clarity in my mind that I wanted to get into sales and marketing. Now, that was because, like I told you, my first job was into online marketing in C1 India Private Limited. So I had a brief and a very basic exposure in online marketing and content management. So I wanted to get into that field. So I sat for all the companies which were into sales and marketing, and I got placed early in Colgate Palmolive, where I was given a sales project in merit. See, the point is that you cannot directly get into marketing, even if you get into marketing directly. In order to excel, it is very important that you understand the customer. And how do you understand the customer? That is through sales, because through sales, you directly pitch your product to the customer. You understand what is it that the customer wants, and accordingly, you modify your pitch and you sell your proposition to the customer. So I had this clarity in mind that I'll get into sales, and after a point of time, I'll make that switch to marketing. So that was what my strategy was coming to IIFT.
Wow, that's really great, because you might be also seeing many people are confused with their domains. Like after getting into the top B schools, they are still, going to the people and asking that which domain should I go and where is the growth in which domain has a nice growth in career. So that's really great that you had already.
So yeah, I think what's important is, see, like I had 1 year of experience. For people who are freshers, this confusion is there really. I mean, a lot of people are confused at what to opt for. They do not have any past experience to bank on, right? So I think what shapes their choices is the first few weeks in college, when you are a part of a lot of clubs and societies in the college, a lot of competitions. Then probably you can find interest. You can try to understand what is it that you actually are interested in, and then accordingly you can sit for the companies of your choice. That is one way you can have a liking for a particular domain or sector.
That's true. That's true. So you mean to say that the freshers are a little bit confused about their domains. The people, those who have experience, they know that which domain they should enter and which has a good growth, right?
Right.
That's true. That's true. So as you've worked with big industries as Bajaj and many other companies, so what learnings did you got from there? Can you share with us?
So, see, I would want to say one thing. I did not intend to make these choices in a very planned way. Like I'll move from air traffic control to automotive industry to telecom. It just happened. See, my point of advice is that you cannot plan a career. There is no formula to success in any career. See, every career is like a journey with a series of opportunities and challenges. And everyone in every job faces these opportunities and challenges. It is up to the individual. How do they recognize these opportunities and challenges? So I think some people are able to traverse this journey better than others. And these are the people who are self aware that, okay, this for me is an opportunity and this for me is a challenge and I will take up this challenge. So a career doesn't move like a straight line. There would be like moments of excellence and there would be saturation. It would not be a straight line. So you have to enjoy the opportunities and challenges that come to you. So I had a lot of opportunities and challenges. Like if I talk about Bajaj, I was given a sales stint in UP Central. Like I was saying, 5 districts I was looking after. And these districts are Gonda, Balrampur, Behraich, Shravasti, and Barabanki. This is like some part of UP East, right? And when I first got to know that my hub is going to be Gonda hub, when I say hub, this is where the primary business comes from, and I have to make regular visits to all these places. The first thing was I searched Gonda on Google, and the first result that came up was that Gonda is the last ranked city in terms of cleanliness in the latest Swachh Bharat survey. That was like a setback. That where am I going? Then I started searching for hotels in all these cities because I was supposed to go to all these cities on a regular basis, like 5 days a week. And to my surprise, 3 of these towns didn't even have a proper hotel, right? So I was actually confused at what am I doing? Why did I join this company? Did I do my MBA to actually go to these kind of tier 2, tier 3 cities and work all the way up? So that was a challenge. And in fact, the first time I took my car to Shravasti, I remember Google Maps showing me a shortcut through a village, and I took that road, and my radiator started leaking because of all those potholes and all those pebbles. And again, I had the same thought that what am I doing? But all these are actually opportunities where you can learn to excel. I had a very fruitful stint in Lucknow, where I was handling all these 5 districts. A lot of learnings that I developed were from this stint. The people management part that I spoke of, developing relationship with dealers, and managing an entire team of 30 sub dealers, 5 dealers, and about 20 sales managers and command area managers. It was a phenomenal phase for me. And I think it's very important that you realize these opportunities and challenges and you stick with them. You try to conquer them. That's what I did in Bajaj. And I actually enjoyed the rewards after that as well. I was accelerated towards HO in a sales development role.
Wow, that's really true. Truly said that if one should know all the opportunities, if they are getting the opportunities, they should try to learn that what are their learnings. As you told about the very good example of Google Map, that you were taking right turn and your phone was not working because there was no network. But that's a very classic place to learn in the rural areas. If you got to learn about the rural area working, then you can work in anywhere. Is it true?
Absolutely, it has its own challenges.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a very challenging sector, and it has its own learnings.
But you were managing a team of 30 sales manager, and that would be a great. Now you have a skill of team management also, I would say.
Yes, and believe me, it's not like all these people are smart. So there's another learning in this, that you might be having a smart team and they might not do their targets at all, and you might be having, on the other hand, a committed team who overachieves. So for me, I think I was fortunate enough to have a committed team. While they were not smart, they were committed towards a common goal, which was to have Bajaj to make Bajaj the number 2 player in the market. Hero, of course, is the leader in 2 wheelers, but we made sure that we increase our market share because we were all committed towards a common goal. So it's not that smart people make a difference; it's people who are committed towards a common goal who actually make a difference, who trust in you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But one thing that I have also gone to many rural places, and I have seen that many small companies are starting to look forward in working in rural companies because they, try to gather the attention and collecting the peoples and giving the product launching. That was a really great. I would say that one should always try to look for working in rural areas. Is it true?
Yes, in the early part of your career, you get a lot of learnings from that. And I would definitely suggest that if you are into sales, go through that stint of selling in tier 2, tier 3 towns. It has its own share of challenges.
That's true. So, Mihir, as you know that from 2020, the COVID era begins. Okay. So, any challenges you faced across while COVID era or you're facing?
So yeah, it was a completely different scenario which suddenly popped up at work. I mean, suddenly it was like we could not really travel to all these towns. I remember when COVID came, I was still in Lucknow, and usually my typical week schedule was that Mondays to Thursdays I was out in the field visiting all these towns, and Friday I used to come back to Lucknow and be in the office, in our regional office. And suddenly, it was like everything shifted to Zoom. All
Yeah.
those discussions became cloud discussions, right? Now you were not talking to the dealers directly. So obviously, in the initial stages, I felt a sort of disconnect because a lot of challenges are there. Like all these people, they do not like switch on their cameras. There are lots of issues in adapting to Zoom. I told you all of them are not the smartest people around, but the most difficult part was that how do I communicate what I want to communicate? And in sales, you have to have good communication skills and good listening skills. You have to make your point and you have to make people trust in you. So yeah, it was a very different and challenging situation. Talking to all the dealers online, convincing them to put money to take one more load, and working with your team of sales managers and command area managers on what is the progress. Are they visiting areas or not? When I myself was not visiting and sitting at my workplace and working through the online model. So it was difficult, but we adapted to it.
Yeah.
And it's not like our business suffered. Everyone adapted very well to it. From doing physical mailers on the ground for selling bikes, we shifted to digital mailers. Everything started happening online. A lot of trust came to Facebook, different online portals for getting more leads. So it was a different learning scenario, and a lot of learnings came out of that. How to leverage the digital world in order to increase your sales.
Yeah, that's true. Because as in the starting phase, when it was in 2020, the COVID era, everyone was like panic. How we will do it online? We have a habit of doing it offline physically, and how suddenly the work from office became work from home, and there were many other challenges. But now people have adapted to it. So there is
Right.
nothing error in that. Now they are not facing any
Absolutely.
challenge. That's really
Absolutely. See, the thing is that at some point of time, this had to happen. The adoption of digital medium had to happen. It's just that, COVID has shortened the timelines for that. And digital adoption has increased and it has picked up pace at a very rapid rate. That is what COVID has done.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because everyone was thinking that one day they will become that everything is gonna be online, and and now COVID has shown us the future that yes, everything is going to be online. So yeah, now people have started
Right.
adopting it. That's really great. And I would like to ask you that there might be many incidents in your corporate journey that has shaped you in your life. So anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, so I think again, the point that I would want to make is that the foundation of a good career, like I said, is on how well you work with people. So what has shaped me is all these experiences with people. Uh, like I said, it's important to know your team inside out. What is it that motivates the team? See, money might not be the only motivator. A lot of times, recognition motivates an individual to a large extent, right? And your hands will also be tied. It's not like you'll keep on putting incentives and making your people win with money. Recognition matters a lot. And if someone is doing well, he must be recognized. And I think based on all these, the entire team sort of starts to trust you. And when, in terms of sales, I'm saying when a person is seeing that his team is trusting you as a company representative, then that person also starts to trust you. And I'm talking about the dealers. So I had a very good rapport with all the dealers. They believed in me. They understood that, I wanted to increase their own business. It's not like I'm from the company. I'm just trying to review them and ensure that they are adopting to the company's practices. It's that I want to bring more business to them, and I want to recognize the team, and I want to ensure that their team is doing well and they are able to, be in the right space where they are confident that, their work is going to make an impact. So I think people management is something which I picked up in sales, and that still is important even in marketing. In my current role, there's a lot of cross-functional work that happens. So marketing is not a individual domain where you continue to work. In fact, you have to collaborate with sales, you have to collaborate with finance, you have to collaborate with product. So it's important that you have that cross-functional expertise, and that every person across domains is trusting you, is trusting your vision. That is very important. So that is the experience that I want to share with all, that you should be able to develop relationships with people, and you should be able to have cross-functional expertise. That is important.
That's true. That's true, because I am myself a marketing student. So I can understand that in marketing, there are many things like branding also comes, promotion also comes, and many other things. Like marketing cannot be judged by only a particular domain, that is sales. No, marketing is a very huge thing. And if you are a marketing person, then you should have a knowledge of somewhat finance also, because somewhat our company depends on the marketing team. How are we representing to our customers? How are the image in the mind of the customers? So that's what the thing is. According to me, like finance is also backbone, and marketing is also the backbone of the company. Is it true?
Yeah, absolutely, it is true. Marketing is the backbone, but it's not in as an individual entity. Every single domain, every single function contributes to making the company strive for excellence.
Yes, that's really true, sir. So Mihir, coming to the last part of the session, I would really like to thank you for giving your special time here, and addressing our audience and telling them what to do and how to work in a proper way. That's really very thankful to you. Special thanks to you and our audience also listening to this podcast session. Any end message you want to say to them, or anything you want to say?
No, I'm very happy, firstly, that you invited me over here and I could share my learnings from my past experiences with your entire base of MBA aspirants and job seekers. Thank you so much, Pushkar. And I would just say that, all the individuals over here who are probably watching this video, keep striving for excellence, keep putting in your efforts. The results might not come immediately, but, just keep giving your best. Eventually, you will be in the right zone and you will get what you want to achieve.
That's true. That's true. Any quote you follow by? I'm just asking. Any quote you follow?
So, nothing that is coming just to the back of my mind. But I keep reading a lot of books on business, on self-help. And I think it's very important that you keep reading it is very important to have a right mentor in life. You might not have a mentor in terms of, you might not have an immediate mentor, but you can also find mentors in all these books, which are being written by prominent authors. So keep finding your mentor and listening to their advices. And that's how, you can go up the ladder.
That's true. Thank you so much, Neil. Thank you so much for your, special time here. Thank you.
Thank you.